You are welcome to the Wealthy Continent channel, a channel dedicated to the great people and the continent of Africa. Remember, it is not the place that defines the status of the people. Rather, it is the people that determines the status of the place. I'm going to be talking about the financial literacy in Africa, or Africa's financial literacy. It's an important subject. We deal with money every day. Whether you are in the diaspora, whether you are in the continent, every day we talk about money, directly or indirectly. Every day we interact with money. Looking at it from conception all to the time one departs this planet, money is involved. I don't think we should shy away from talking about money. Money is essential part of life. Money doesn't do everything. Money is not everything. But one of the things you have to know is that money is part of most things. And I believe that we need to talk about it, educate ourselves. In fact, we have 54 countries in Africa. I would like to hear from you. Whatever part of Africa you are, whether you are from the Eastern, the Western, the Southern, the Northern, Central Africa, how is money talked about in the part of the country you are from? How do people relate with money? How do organizations talk about money? How do families, parents talk about money? What about schools? Now, people think that if you are in the diaspora, all your problems are solved. You have money. But I'd like you to know that even the people in the diaspora, they talk about money. Every day we talk about money. The color of your race is irrelevant. When it comes to money, people talk about money every day, every time, and we interact. I think is an important subject that needs to be discussed. It's an important subject that we need to put a lot of light on and to educate one another. Money speaks all languages. So irrespective of what part of the continent you are living, money is used there. The question about money came up while growing up in the city of Lagos in Nigeria. As a teenager and getting close to my 20s, I began to ask some questions about money. I knew that some people were rich, I knew some people were middle class, and I knew that some people were poor in the society. I looked at the rich. Some of them were politicians, some of them were businessmen, businesswomen, people I knew, some of them were traders and stuff like that. But I couldn't sit with anyone to understand, okay, how did you arrive at where you got to? What did you do? What steps did you take? Looking back, I still see the same thing in our society today. Financial literacy is missing. Whether people call you literate, whether you are called an illiterate, doesn't matter. We all interact with money on a daily basis. Growing up in the city of Lagos, I wanted to find out more about money. How do you get it? The people that has it, you didn't have access to ask questions. And one of the things I've come to understand is, if you can't explain how you got to where you get to, you can't teach somebody else. You can't pass it on. So asking this question, trying to find out the answer, I did some things here and there. I got some result, but there was no structure to it. And I was still asking that question until one day I was searching for a material. Then in my dad's library, I saw a magazine. The magazine was titled Success Unlimited, written by W. Clement Stone. I didn't know who Clement Stone was as at that time. So I read this magazine, started reading the articles there, and got to a particular page where there was like a little catalog about books. And looking at those books, I saw a title that got my attention. The Richest Man in Babylon. Wow. I looked at myself, how I wish I can get this book and read it. What is the book about? So I started searching for the book. I started looking for the book, went to various bookshops. I didn't see it. Each time I travel out within the city, I check here and there, look at those selling books, even on the street. Until one particular day, I saw this book The Richest Man in Babylon, written by George Clason. The book was written in 1926, and I can tell you, I've read quite a number of books. I can say it is the most simplest book that talks about finance in a practical way. The teachings, the principles there are still applicable up till now. And I believe as long as the earth remains, the principles will still be applicable. At least it brings each and every one of us to a platform, a stage where we can start something. We can speak the same language when it comes to finance. Finance is important whether you are in the continent or outside the continent. It's time for us to promote financial literacy. Some people don't need the book because they are practitioners already. For those of you who are practitioners, I would like to suggest to you, let us promote financial literacy. Whether somebody is in the village, somebody is in town, somebody in the city, whether somebody is within the continent or outside the continent, I would like you to get a book. Now, you can tell me, wow, I don't have money to buy the book. I can tell you, you can download the book online. I've sent a PDF copy. I've sent the book online. The book is on YouTube that you can listen to. You can buy it on Amazon. You can go on eBay, and there are other platforms. As at the time I was searching to get information, I want you to know that I didn't have a phone to download anything. There wasn't any search engine. I had to physically go from place to place. Now, if I could find it back in the day, you too can find it. It's just to give us a platform to start from. That money is not mystical. Money is a tool. There's nothing spiritual about money. Money was created by men for transaction. We need to look at it from an objective point of view, and we need to be able to pass information to one generation and another. There's no point just waiting that someday something will happen when you can follow a way, a pattern that works. And it's about principles. Remember, I did in one of my teachings, I said, principles are universal. They will work anywhere you are and work for whosoever practices it. So there's no discrimination with principles. If you are in the continent and you're watching this video, I would like you to lay hold on the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. The book was written in 1926 and is still valid up to today. The light starts from you and I, then is shared to others. The world is a trade center, and we have to understand this as the people. Whether you are within the continent or outside the continent, financial literacy is a must. Whether you are literate or somebody called you an illiterate, financial literacy is a must. I'm going to be sharing with you treasures from the book, and I believe we will continue to grow as a people, stronger, and irrespective of where we find ourselves, we'll be able to matter there. If you are getting value for your time, I'd like you to consider subscribing to this channel, liking the video, and sharing with others. Remember, a candle does not lose its value by giving light to others. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.